This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Harlem Eubank here in Manchester. Harlem, the biggest fight of your career, the biggest test of your career to date. Before we come on to all of that good stuff, how is life treating you?
Life's good, here in Manchester. It's pouring down with rain, but I look forward to getting back to London in the sun. But we've got some business to attend to here today, so I'm looking forward to the fight. And July 5th, it's all gonna, all the work's gonna come clear.
You're bringing the Warrior Code to Manchester, Harlem, on July 5th. Talk to me about this fight, why you feel like at 147 this is the right test at the right stage in your career against Jack Catterall.
We believe he's the best in the UK, and I believe that, I'm the best. So this is why, we want to fight the best, and we believe Jack is that guy. And, I'm here and I'm ready to prove it, and that's what this fight's about.
Stylistically, we know Jack's got a very awkward style. Many people have struggled with it. What are you going to look to take advantage of? How do you feel like you overcome the challenge of Jack Catterall?
He's a world-class operator. He has many different styles that he can use. I have a lot of different tools that I haven't brought out yet. So a lot of people haven't seen the best of me yet. So I'm excited to, show people on July 5th, a little bit more about myself.
How many weaknesses have you seen in Jack so far during his career? I know you're not going to say too much now, but do you see plenty of holes there that you feel like you'll exploit?
There's enough to work with, and it's more than him. It's about me. It's about the best version of Harlem Eubank, and that is what people may be surprised with. I'm excited to show the people, exactly what I can do on July 5th.
I know when I spoke to you during the fight week of Junior and Conor, you said there was a couple of options you were looking at. Obviously, you've ended up with Jack. Who else was you exploring? Who else was in the hat, if you will, to try and make a fight with?
Some of the best in the world. That is, who was on the table. We was looking at some of the best over in America and over here, and Jack was, one of the front runners in that pool, and that's who I selected to fight, and my team made it happen. So I'm excited now.
Victory here, how do you see that positioning yourself in the 147 division? I know you've got your sights set on attempting to become a world champion, so how far off do you feel like a victory against Jack Catterall would place you?
I'd hope, after this kind of win, and I'd be right knocking on the door for a world title. I've always said for the past few years, I want to be a world champion by the end of 2025, so I feel like after this type of victory, I'll be knocking right on the door for a world title.
Obviously, we're just going into kind of Junior's victory over Conor. When you saw that night, how much did that get your juices flowing to have your own night like that?
It's amazing. That type of legacy is very hard to recreate. All the factors that happened in the fight, what made it such an occasion, such an entertaining night, I don't think that can ever be recreated. But to be involved and, to see it up close, it got me very excited for this kind of fight, and this fight is a world-class operator. This is the highest level in the sport, and that's what I'm ready to prove my point on the world stage now.
I know in the past, Harlem, you've spoken about trying to face Conor Benn yourself. Given what happened in his fight with Junior, is Conor still somebody you want to share a ring with, or do you feel like Junior's dealt with him now?
He's dealt with him, handily, but Jack Catterall is miles above Conor Benn. He's the best. Catterall is the best they have on the roster, and we're trying to fight the best. So that's what this is about.
So if Catterall's the best, where do you rate Conor on the roster?
He's got to be way down, especially after, Chris dealt with him not too long ago. So, Catterall is the best they have. Conor, what has he done?
One more just to end on Harlem. Obviously, we've got the Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight announced. A lot of people raising concern for Manny Pacquiao returning at his age, given his time outside of a ring. A lot of people questioning if it's right for him to jump straight back in for a title after the 4 years out of a ring. What's your take on it as a contender in the division?
I don't know how these rankings work. How can you spend however many years out and come in and fight, the champion? I have no clue how it works. Each governing body do it differently, but I can't see how, it doesn't make any logical sense. I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao in the ring at the age he is. it looks like the bodies can play by their own rules sometimes, and yeah, it doesn't make any logical kind of sense to me.
Do you give him much of a chance in that fight?
Yeah. He's an old man now, It's not. I don't think he should be in the ring anymore. I don't want to see him getting hurt. This is a dangerous sport, and it's not a fight that I'll be tuning into.
One which I'm sure you're tuning into, and to end on Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois rematch on July 19th. Just get your take on that, please, Harlem.
Big fight, another tough night for Dubois, another tough opponent. He's on a great run, and you have to give him his credit. He took that loss to Joyce all those years ago and flipped it on his head, showing that you can overcome them type of nights and go on to be one of the best heavyweights in the world. He's on a great run, but Usyk it looks like the best out there at the moment. So a tough night, but he's had a lot of tough nights that he's overcome. So let's see.
Harlem, I appreciate your time as always. Good luck with the rest of camp. Good luck obviously come fight week and fight night. And thanks for speaking to me in Boxing News.
Nice one. Thank you, man.